Hi friends, welcome to my channel Satya Sparkles. In today's post, we are going to talk about an interesting topic that takes us to the deepest part of our mind, and that is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the key to truly understanding ourselves. We are going to know how it makes us, why it is important nowadays, and what benefits we get from it. I will also share with you some interesting stories from Zen, Buddhism, and Indian mythology. This is an audio format, so you don't need to look at the screen. I also request you to join me in this post till the end because the most important self awareness exercises based on certain mental models are at the end of this post. I don't know why I did this. I could have thought for a while, at least for a minute. I was in a hurry. I know why I got so confused. I also have good experience in this matter, but still I messed it up on this crucial decision. I am ashamed of my ignorance and inability. Many people may have lamented at least a few times in their life. No one is exempt from this rule. This has happened many times in my life as well. Okay, can we leave it at that? Can you do something about it? One thing is certain, we can greatly reduce such incidents. How? When we know the answers to these questions I ask. What's the difference between awareness and self awareness? Why is self awareness so important in our contemporary society? And what are its effects on our body and mind? How is self awareness, consciousness, cognitive mind, and brain related to each other? What are the negative effects of not having self awareness? Are there any training methods to improve self awareness? Firstly, let us see what is the basic difference between awareness and self awareness. Awareness is the knowledge and perception of things around us, but self awareness is the critical, reflective, and perspective taking of ourselves, including our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, behaviors, and reactions. Self awareness plays an important role in how we think, feel, act, and react to our thoughts, feelings, and actions. You can ask why self awareness is very important in today's age where we are always in hurry burry when at all we do find our mind. Seeing how many likes, follows, comments have come on social media and jumping day by day, it has become a life for many people. When are we going to look at our own mind? So far, we have known the difference between awareness and self awareness. Next, yes, you guessed it right. Why can't we always be self aware? There are three main reasons for that. The first is ignorance. A question: can we always know and understand everything? Of course, no one can. So, ignorance about ignorance, meaning unknown about unknown. What is the reason for this? Blind spots, of course. Okay, how these blind spots are formed in our mind day by day, and our beliefs are the cause of this without us even knowing. A Zen story comes to my mind. A man wanted to learn martial arts. He approached the Zen master. After joining the course, the student waited for the lessons to start, but it didn't happen for a few days. Then he became restless and asked the teacher when he planned to start the lesson. At that time, the teacher gave him a blow. on the back with a stick and told him to go back and do his homework at school. All this happened whenever the student reminded the teacher to start the lesson. So one day he decided to drop out of the school. Before leaving, he wanted to give teacher a blow at least. One day, when the teacher was watering the flowers, he slowly approached him from behind and tried to give him a blow. At that moment, the teacher quickly turned around, grabbed the stick, and said, "This is the lesson number one. You must first be aware where the blow is going to come from. And this is what I have been trying to teach you all these days. You never realized that, so you could not stop me." What this story tells us is the belief that the student had. Learning is only when listening lessons from a teacher. By the way, what is belief? A belief is an idea or an opinion about people, things, or situation that you think it is true. It may be proven or unproven. So, how do these beliefs get into our minds? The way we grew up, many things we have been told so far in our lives, be it from school or home, friends, proverbs, books we have read, or even movies we have seen. Another thing is our perception, the way we perceive something. For example, sunrise, sunset. Neither of these things are true. It is just the way we perceive it. Historically, in the love story of Laila and Majnu, it seems that Laila, whom Majnu loves most, is not so beautiful. If you want to enjoy Laila's beauty, you have to see her through Majnu's eyes. There is no such thing as right belief or wrong belief. A question we need to ask ourselves is whether a particular belief we hold is empowering or limiting in our lives. This is the first way we can improve our self awareness by identifying our blind spots. Let's go back to the question of why we can't always be self aware. We've seen that the first cause is ignorance, beliefs, and feelings based on our blind spots. Now, let us see what's the second reason, that is, distraction. Once Gautama Buddha called a disciple and asked him to bring a small cloth. Then he asked the disciple to tie three knots in the cloth. Now, the Buddha looked at other disciples and asked, "What's the difference between the cloth that you saw before and the cloth you see now?" One disciple said that the normal condition of the cloth that was seen earlier was no longer there. That is, once three knots are tied, the normal state of the cloth had changed. Buddha asked, "You are very right. Okay, next question. Can this cloth be quickly turned back to its normal state?" A disciple said, "If you know the way you put the knots in advance, you can easily untangle them and quickly return to the natural state of the cloth." Buddha said, "This is the correct answer. Feeling that the cloth will lose its shape is just awareness, but knowing how to tangle and untangle the cloth without distraction is self awareness. Okay, what's the solution to our carelessness? Many of you have heard the term mindfulness. Mindfulness is the act of doing something with full or undivided attention. If wild animals like tigers, lions, and elephants can be trained and tamed, why can't we train our minds to avoid distractions? Truly, it is very difficult, but not impossible. It requires commitment, perseverance, and the right course of action. At this point, I would like to share some daily routines or ritual that I follow. First is meditation. A common misconception or a myth is that meditation is only applicable for uh, adults or spiritualists. You can practice any properly learned meditation method daily. I have been practicing the Transcendental Meditation method called TM, developed by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi for over 30 years. Another method is to raise your eyes a little higher in the morning and keep your eyelids as still as possible on a surface of the room or on a part of the wall for a few minutes. Very few thoughts form in our mind during this time. As the gap between two thoughts gradually increases, our concentration is likely to increase. This is the basic truth of any meditation practice, and I have been doing this for years on the advice of renowned author and philosopher Dr. Deepak Chopra. Next, a simple method. Walk by saying left and right when you go outside or walk inside the house. Only a few minutes are enough. Then walk by changing the sequence right and left. What is important to note here is that when you say left and right, your focus should be on left and right leg. Even 3 to 5 minutes daily is enough. At this mark time, your concentration will increase substantially because our mind can only have one thought at a time. Let us look at another method. Rewind some familiar movie clippings and first watch them in silent mode. Then focus only on the dialogues. Then focus only on the body language of the actors. Then the background music. Next is dreams. Recall the characters and events you saw as vividly as possible. You can do all these practices as many times a day as I have suggested. This is your mental training for enhancing self awareness in a systematic way. Let's come back to the question of why we can't always be aware again. The third reason is negative and inappropriate thoughts and emotions. Okay, how to avoid them? Let's look again at a Zen story. Once a disciple asked the Guru a question. I often get negative thoughts. Tell me a way to avoid this. Guru asked the disciple to bring an earthen pot. Then he asked him to ask him a question. What's inside this pot? The disciple said, it is an empty pot. The Guru asked the same question to other disciples. Another disciple said, there is air in this pot. Guru said, you are right. Now another question for you. How do you expel the air in this pot? Everyone said it could not be done. Then the Guru called the disciple who asked the question first and told him to fill the pot with water. Now all the disciples agreed that the air in the pot has gone out. Now the Guru said, the only way to expel your negative thoughts is to fill your mind with good positive thoughts, just like filling water with air. Friends, I want to remind you again what I said earlier that we can only have one thought at a time. We have now come to the end of this audio. Being willing to learn allows us to move from one point of view to another and takes us to a more expansive place. From there, you can find a solution to your problem from many dimensions and multiple perspectives. At this juncture, I have already posted a video on self hypnosis. I suggest you listen to the audio demo titled Awaken Your Subconscious Mind. I urge you to use, test, and validate the advice, strategies, and approaches suggested in this audio in your own life journey. I hope you found this post useful, and if you please uh, subscribe to my channel, share with others, comment, and click the bell button. Thanks for listening till the end of this audio. Bye for now.